Hey everybody, it's Eric from epautos.com, your libertarian car guy, and we're looking at what I think is one of the best looking cars in the mid-sized, mid-priced sedan market, and that of course is the Mazda6. And it's a lot more fun to drive now too, because after a 4-year drought, Mazda has decided to put an optional engine in the 6, or make it available. The previously available V6 that the 6 used to offer got pulled from the lineup when they redesigned the car back in 2014, and since then it's only been available with the 2.5 liter engine. And now at last they're putting in a turbocharged version of the 2.5 liter engine that makes 250 horsepower with an asterisk. It only makes that power if you feed it premium fuel. If you don't, the power goes down to 227 horsepower. So that's one of the little downsides. Another downside is that it's not being offered with the manual transmission. You can still get a manual transmission in the 6, but only with the base 2.5 liter engine, which I think is a real shame, because this car is without question one of the, if not the most fun to drive cars in the segment. A lot of the other cars in the class don't offer automatic transmissions at all. That includes the Toyota Camry and the Hyundai Sonata. However, you can get a manual transmission in the Honda Accord, and you can get it with the Accord's optional 2-liter turbo engine, which is about the same power, puts out about the same power as the 6's new turbocharged engine, and it does it on 87 octane regular unleaded. So those are two of the little flies in the soup when it comes to the Mazda6. That said, this is still one of the most enjoyable cars to drive, period, because it has, I think, and again, this is just my personal subjective opinion, as your libertarian car guy who throws these cars around, it's got this really nice yin-yang combination of ride quality suppleness and tremendous cornering tenacity. Some of the other cars in this segment ride comparatively stiff, and while they corner superbly, they just don't have that intangible feel that this car has. I also think, subjectively again, that this car is, again, the most good-looking car in the class. Toyota really went crazy with the Camry, and it looks kind of like a kabuki samurai now. Same thing with the Accord. Again, your mileage may vary, opinions vary. I like the elegant look of this car. It's not over the top. It's not huffing and puffing and snorting and trying to show everybody how tough it is. It's just a really nice looking car. The one that they sent me is white, so it's kind of hard to see some of the cool details, but maybe you can see how the fender curves up like that, and some of the lines of the hood, the way it drapes forward. Just a really nice looking car. Same goes for the inside. There are also two new trims. They have a signature top of the line, which comes with Japanese senwood trim, suede, and high-end Napa leather. And then there's an upper echelon signature Grand Touring trim too, and they both come standard with the higher output engine. Again, also, I think this car's got a very nicely laid out interior. It's not too busy. The chief deficit, in my opinion, is Mazda's mouse interface here, which I'm going to try and show you how this works and why I'm not a huge fan of it. Get the car going here. Bear with me just a minute. The thing of it is, you have to do, you have to do two things to get it to do what you want it to do. So, for example, I'll get the camera to go off here so I can show you. Hopefully it'll load up. I don't care about checking the surroundings for safety. Come on.
It's a little more because
it's irritating. The camera preempted me. Okay, I agree. Lawyer me up, lawyer me up. Okay, so let's say that you want to change channels on the station. What you have to do, first of all, is take your little knob here and you have to turn it and rotate it and get to the forward or backward, and then you push it, and then it'll go to where you want it. But you have to do these two steps to get it to do the one thing that you want it to do. At first, it's a little bit clunky, but you get used to it, and it's actually pretty functional once you do that. One thing that I really like is that it does have a secondary control here for radio volume that you can control right here. the one way that they could improve this, you may have seen some cars, Mercedes has it, they've got a thumb wheel here, and I think the thumb wheel is a bit more intuitive and tactile than a button that you have to push. But otherwise, a really cleanly laid out, nicely functional interior. Very little to complain about with this car. Really, the only thing that I complain about is that you can't get the new engine with the manual transmission, and that probably has something to do with CAFE, the corporate average fuel economy mandates that all the car companies have to fuss with. But that's it. Anyway, I'll have more up on the site, epautos.com, and thanks for viewing, and we'll catch up with you again soon.